Hello and welcome to this video presentation on African swine flu. My name is Mr. Junrell and I am excited to share with you some important information about this highly contagious viral disease that affects pigs. Based on my research, African swine flu is a disease that can have devastating consequences for the pig farming industry and the economy as a whole. It is caused by a virus that spreads quickly among pigs and can result in high mortality rates. This disease has been a major concern for pig farmers in many parts of the world, including Africa, Asia, and Europe. In this video, we will delve into the causes, symptoms, and prevention of African swine flu. We will also discuss the impact of this disease on the pig farming industry and what measures are being taken to control its spread. By the end of this presentation, you will have a better understanding of this important topic and the implications it has for the pig farming industry and beyond. So, sit back, relax, and let's dive into the world of African swine flu. What is an African swine flu? African swine fever, ASF, is a highly contagious viral disease that affects domestic and wild pigs. It is caused by the African swine fever virus, ASFV, which can cause severe hemorrhagic fever in pigs leading to high mortality rates. ASF is not contagious to humans and does not pose a food safety risk. However, it can have a significant economic impact on the pig farming industry as well as on international trade. The virus is spread through direct contact with infected pigs, ingestion of contaminated food, and exposure to contaminated materials such as equipment and clothing. The disease has no cure or vaccine, and prevention measures such as strict biosecurity protocols and rapid detection and control measures are critical in limiting its spread. ASF has been reported in many countries in Africa, as well as in parts of Asia, Europe, and the Americas. Its presence in a country can result in trade restrictions on pork and pork products, causing significant economic losses to the affected countries. The origin of African swine fever, ASF, is not completely understood, but it is believed to have originated in Africa, where it was first identified in the early 1900s. The virus is endemic in many African countries, where it is maintained in a cycle involving wild pigs and ticks. The virus can be transmitted from wild pigs to domestic pigs through direct contact, and it is also spread through contaminated food, water, and equipment. Human activities such as hunting and the movement of infected animals or contaminated materials can also contribute to the spread of the disease. In recent years, ASF has spread to other regions of the world, including Europe and Asia, primarily through the movement of infected animals or contaminated products. The first outbreak in China, which is the world's largest pork producer, was reported in 2018 and has since spread to other countries in Asia. The global spread of ASF is a significant concern for the pig farming industry and international trade. Preventing the introduction and spread of the disease requires strong biosecurity measures, rapid detection and reporting, and coordinated international efforts to control and manage outbreaks. African swine fever, ASF, is a highly contagious and often fatal disease for pigs, both domestic and wild. It can cause severe hemorrhagic fever in pigs, resulting in high mortality rates, particularly in domestic pigs. The disease is characterized by fever, loss of appetite, weakness, vomiting, and internal bleeding. The virus affects all age groups of pigs and has a short incubation period of 5 to 15 days. Once an animal is infected, the virus spreads rapidly through direct contact with infected pigs, ingestion of contaminated food, or exposure to contaminated materials such as equipment and clothing. There is no cure or vaccine for ASF, so prevention measures such as strict biosecurity protocols and rapid detection and control measures are critical in limiting its spread. Infected animals and those in contact with them must be culled and safely disposed of to prevent further spread of the disease. The impact of ASF on the pig farming industry can be significant, with outbreaks leading to economic losses due to the loss of animals, restrictions on trade of pigs and pork products, and increased costs of disease control measures. Take note that African swine fever, ASF, is a disease that only affects pigs and does not pose a direct risk to human health. The virus is not transmissible to humans, and there is no evidence to suggest that people can contract the disease from infected animals or through consumption of pork and pork products. However, it is important to note that ASF can have significant economic consequences and affect food security in affected countries. The disease can cause high mortality rates in pigs, leading to a decrease in the availability of pork and pork products. In addition, trade restrictions on pork and pork products may be imposed on affected countries, which can result in significant economic losses. Preventing the introduction and spread of ASF is critical to minimizing its impact on the pig farming industry and the economy. Strict biosecurity measures, such as controlling animal movements, disinfection of vehicles, and implementation of quarantine measures, can help reduce the risk of introduction and spread of the virus. The signs of African swine fever, ASF, in pigs can vary depending on the stage of the disease. In general, infected pigs can show signs of fever, lethargy, loss of appetite, vomiting, and diarrhea. As the disease progresses, affected pigs may develop respiratory distress, skin discoloration, and internal bleeding, which can result in death. It is important to note that some pigs infected with ASF may not show any clinical signs of the disease. To detect ASF in pigs, laboratory testing is required. Samples can be collected from infected animals, including blood, tissue, and swabs from the mouth, nose, or rectum. These samples can be analyzed using various laboratory techniques, including polymerase chain reaction, PCR, and virus isolation. At present, there is no cure or specific treatment for African swine fever, ASF. Infected pigs must be culled to prevent further spread of the virus. Preventing the introduction and spread of the disease through strict biosecurity measures is currently the most effective way to manage and control ASF. Researchers and scientists are working to develop a vaccine against ASF, but this is a complex task due to the genetic complexity of the virus and the lack of an animal model that accurately replicates the disease in pigs. While some promising candidates for a vaccine have been identified, there is currently no approved vaccine available. Given the lack of effective treatment or vaccine, prevention measures such as strict biosecurity protocols, rapid detection and reporting, and coordinated international efforts to control and manage outbreaks remain the most effective means of controlling the spread of ASF. There are several measures that pig farmers can take to prevent the introduction and spread of African swine fever, ASF, in their farms. These include: implement strict biosecurity protocols. This includes controlling access to the farm, ensuring that all visitors and vehicles are disinfected before entering the farm, and providing protective clothing and footwear for farm workers. Monitor pig health. Regularly monitor your pigs for any signs of illness and report any suspected cases of ASF to the appropriate authorities immediately. Control movement of animals. Restrict the movement of animals on and off the farm and do not bring in pigs from unknown sources. Properly dispose of carcasses. Ensure that carcasses of dead pigs are disposed of properly to prevent contamination and spread of the virus. Use safe and properly treated feed. Ensure that pig feed is sourced from reputable sources and properly treated to prevent contamination. Practice good hygiene. Ensure that all equipment, vehicles, and facilities are properly cleaned and disinfected regularly. Stay informed. Keep up to date with the latest information and guidelines on ASF prevention and control measures from local veterinary authorities and industry associations. By implementing these measures, pig farmers can significantly reduce the risk of introducing and spreading ASF in their farms and protect the health of their animals. If you think that this video helps you understand better, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more video updates. Once again, this is Mr. Junrell from Negociante channel. Thank you for watching.